Good morning, students. How are you, everyone? I hope you all are fine and enjoy your holidays. So, students, I hope you all are stay at home and take care of yourself. Students, you know very well that day by day coronavirus is increasingly and it causes a very panic across the world. So, you can take care of yourself and your family members and don't go outside the home. Now, I welcome again you in the class of our social studies. I hope you all are enjoyed your holidays very well and doing a lot of masti. But now again it's time to concentrate on your studies. Students, before starting a new chapter, first of all we can recall our the last syllabus or the last chapters. In the part of civics, we had covered with the two chapters. One is the power sharing and second one is the federalism. Now, first of all, I can discuss with you a concept of a power sharing or a conclusion of the power sharing chapter. First of all, the meaning of a power sharing. Basically, students, you already know that it is a technique to share the power at different levels of a government. Basically, power sharing is focused on the concept of the holding togetherness, which means the power is shared between the central government and the different constituents of the state. In the chapter of a power sharing, we had studied about the two different case studies of the two different countries. One is the Belgium and second one is the Sri Lanka. Now first of all we can focus on our first country, that is the Belgium. This is the history of a Belgium country where 59 people speaks Dutch, 40% people speaks French and only 1% people speak about the German language. So here the French community was a relatively rich and powerful than as comparison to a Dutch community. So here there is a lot of tension and we have to control over this tension. Government makes various steps. First of all, law was prescribed that number of French and Dutch speakers ministers shall have a equal participate in the central government. Second one is the special laws must be passed by both to the groups. Here two groups means Dutch group and a French group. Means here no one can group can take a decision. If they want to take a decision, there is a mutual understanding between the Dutch speakers or between the French speakers. Now, this is the second case study of a country that is called the Sri Lanka. Basically, Sri Lanka includes the peoples of the Sinhala language. It means here 70% of a people speaks Sinhala language and 18% of the people speaks Tamil language. So, with the help of this chart, we can easily understand that there is a great control of a Sinhala speakers in the Sri Lanka country. So students, what we have got an idea from this chapter, that first of all we can discuss about the Belgium. Here Belgium includes the top leaders and government follow only one way, that if we work for the welfare of a country, automatically our country peoples feel happy. It means here the government of a Belgium can follow the concept of a Rashtrahit. So here Belgium basically focus on the equal representation of a people. It means here every people give equal importance to the equal community or a equal religion. If we come to the concept of a Sri Lanka, here the condition is a very worse. Why? Because people fight with each other. The basic reason for fighting is that here there is a main interference or a main power is in the hands of a Sinhala peoples. In the country of Sri Lanka, people fight with each other. civil war occurs, and they can follow the concept of a majoritization. Here majoritization means here all the rule of Singhana communities lays down. So they don't focus on the minority section. So the conclusion is that Belgium used the concept of a power sharing, and they can share their powers with different types of a government. And if we can study about the concept of a Sri Lanka, they don't use the concept of a power sharing, and they are always fighting with each others. Now students, come to your second chapter, that is the federalism. Here we can also talk about the very few points about the federalism, that what is the meaning of a federalism, etc. So students, let us get back to the comparison between the Belgium and Sri Lanka. Students, we saw in the last chapter, or we would recall that there is a key changes was made in the constitution of a Belgium. Yes, it is right that there is a key changes made in the constitution of a Belgium. Why? Because to reduce the powers of the regional government, here we can divide our powers. So regional government existed in the Belgium, and they had their rules and powers, but all these powers were given to the government, and if government want, they could be withdrawn their power by the central government. Here there is a change took place in the year 1999, that the regional government were not longer dependent on the central government. Here the Belgium country shifted from a unitary to a federal form of government. So Sri Lanka continues to be used for all practical purposes. Here there is a unitary government where the national government has all the powers. But in the Sri Lanka there is a great command of the Tamil leaders, and they want that Sri Lanka to become a federal system. Now students, here question arises that what is the meaning of a federalism? So federalism is a system of a government in which power is divided between a central authority and a various constituent units of the country. So this is the example of a constituent units of a government, means here we can take the power from the central government and divide our power between the state and the local government. Now here second concept arises, that what is the meaning of a unitary system? So it is a form of government where all the powers is in the hand of a central government, means here the central government passes on the orders to the other level of a government. Here other level of governments are subordinates to the central government. Now here question arises that which country is a federalized system, like a Belgium or a Sri Lanka? Which country includes a federalization system? Now first of all we can discuss about the Belgium country. Belgium country includes a federalism system. Why? Because here powers are given to the states. That's why Belgium includes in a federal concept. Now if we take an example of a Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka doesn't include in the federal system. Why? Because it includes the unitary form of government. Why? Because here all the powers is in the hand of a central government. Here central government means here all the powers of Sri Lanka is in the hand of a Sinhala government. So students, with the help of these two countries, Belgium and Sri Lanka, we can easily understand the concept of a power sharing and the concept of a federalism. So these two countries basically focus on the study or a concept of a federalism or a power sharing concept. Now here question arises that India is a federal system or a not? Yes, India is a federal system. Why? Because it is a system of government where all the powers is divided into central authority and a various constituent units of a country. That's why we call that India is a federal system or a federal country. So student, this is the revision part of your chapters power sharing and federalism. Now in the next class we can study about the next chapter. So revise this chapter carefully. Don't go outside. Stay at home and be happy. Thank you.